Right. Jezreel. Okay, going on. And the inhabitants of Endor and her towns, and the inhabitants of Endor, and the inhabitants of Taanach and her towns, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, even 3 countries. And which countries were those? That's how big our people were. We had literally, we called it countries, like 1, 2, 3. Megiddo and that's it. So verse 12. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. They couldn't beat them. And why do you think? Because first and foremost, we're not that tough. If the Lord ain't with you, you ain't that tough. You think you tough. You think you're strong, huh? You think you're strong. You ain't strong, man. You know, that shows you that these goddamn heathen nations, they were tough as you tough. They was tough. 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Let that sink in. Okay? Let me read that again for you. Just in case you forgot. That's why I come up for them Hamites when them goddamn Ishmaelites, and I said that correct, the goddamned Ishmaelites and them, no, goddamn Edomites want to use them Ishmaelites as, but the Ishmaelites do it too. They want to steal the inheritance of the Hamites in Egypt. They call themselves after the Egyptians, and they're very racist against dark-skinned people. And I don't like that. Even if it's an Hamite, I'll still come up for them. I don't care what you think. I'll still fight for them to a certain degree. If I had that spiritual power, I would go overboard with it. I'll tell you that, because I'll put you there. I'm not playing. I'm not making them. I might be laughing right now. Yeah, that's because I ain't got no power. I'm all woof. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 1. And when Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgasites, sorry, and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hittites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, because they had their Satan. And it also shows you that, what did we do? It just came in scripture to mind that when we beat them up, we cleared all of their images. No. We fought against Canaanites. Damn, what was it again? It was King David. Yeah, it was King David. I think it was Judges, yes. Let me see something. Judges 1, and maybe it wasn't 1. Let me see something. No, wait, let me... Funny, because I actually had it here already. Very stupid. I did not even pay attention. Sorry about that. Now this is I didn't even pay attention that I had it here. I knew I put it there, but yeah, I couldn't find it. Not in my head. I lost it. But anyway. So this is 2 Samuel chapter 18. I have a point. So it says here, the Philistines also came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim, which is the valley of the giants. And David inquired of the Lord, because he went to the priest with the ephod, because he always asks, bring me the ephod and the priest thereof, and let me talk to him, saying, shall I go up to the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into mine hand? And Yahweh said unto David, go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistines into thine hand. And David came to Baal Perazim, And David smote them there, and said, Yahweh had broken forth upon thine enemies before me, as a breach of waters. Therefore he called the name of that place Baal Perazim. And there they left their images, and David and his men burned them. So why did I bring this up? Because these people were worshiping Satan, and you're not going to win them. You're not going to win against them, bro. Unless Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is with you. That's one of the reasons why you see Esau glorifying Satan, because he's very powerful. You don't get it, man. You don't get it why these people worship Satan. Once you start reading the scriptures, you'll be like, oh, I understand why you're doing it. But you're dumber than a box of rocks, because, you know, the Lord always wins. The Lord always wins. He does not show it immediately. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, the people love the instant riches, the instant this, the instant that. They don't love to actually really work for something. Because if you work for something and then you have to spend like a lot of money, it's going to hurt you more than when you actually did nearly nothing to gain that money. You pimped a few bitches. You didn't do the work yourself. You didn't spread them booty cheeks for you to get plowed like that, and then therefore spend all that money. You spend their money. You don't really feel that. Why don't you go do that job that they're doing and see how fun that is? That's not fun, man. That's why these females need drugs in order to basically stay sane. Anyway, Matthew 4:8. And again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. So what did Satan do? The spiritual demon Satan himself, the angel himself, he came down and took Yahushai to a mountain. And he showed them all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of all those kingdoms of the world. You can best assure, bet you're behind, that he showed them America, because he showed them the future. Yeah, he can do that too, if you didn't know. If you didn't know, that's why you have soothsayers unto this day. A band is called Soothsayer. What a joke. That's why you have these type of people, these so-called gypsies. A lot of them, not a lot of them, but you do have gypsies and stuff like that. But not only them, just people with a crystal ball. Now they might make you think, according to their movies and all that, that this is fake. Why do they always make movies about? Sorry, why do they according to their stories? But why do they always make movies and cartoons like Snow White, and just many witch stories, man? You know, Mickey Mouse as a witch. He had a movie, Fantasia, if I'm correct. This thing, you know, Fantasia, where he played a witch that was playing orca or something like that. Music. He was playing music. Orchestrate. I don't know how you call it. Anyway, some sort of music thing. He was moving around like he's a magician. You know, he was playing music and stuff like that. If you wanted, and this is Baal. These things. That's Baal. This symbol of Baal. That's why I'm telling you, like, you playing around with that Islam thing, you don't know what you're doing. Symbols of Baal. Here. You have the moon and the sun, which goes into one. And then amongst those, you have the stars. You know, that goes into Baal. The moon, star, the crest, this thing, the crescent moon symbol. And the stars. Here you have it again. Moon. Here. Let me type it in. Here. See? Moon, star. And this is one of the temples in Mecca. And this is the same thing that they have in the ancient Canaanite places and stuff like that. The ancient Canaanite, how do you call that thing again? Temples. They had it there. Here. Stars, moon, sun. Those are the things that they worship. Here. You might not believe it, but... And what did the Egyptian have? Same thing. It's actually not a cow. It's a bull. But yeah, this thing. But a cow is a female bull, if I'm correct. A bull is a man. Anyway, well, this is a female, obviously. But it is a drawing, so I don't know how accurate this is compared to the actual statues and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it looks like... Well, this is fake. Because ain't no way that the Egyptians were that pale. So this is fake. I don't believe that. And yeah, so these are the things that they worship, which is that crescent moon thing, you know. And they also worship the cow because the cow brings nutrients, milk and stuff like that. So they used to worship that for that reason also. And yeah, basically there you have it. But anyway, going on. So that's the Islamic flag. And the sun thing, that's the sun worship and Sunday going to church type of thing. They changed it, but they changed everything. So just because they changed it doesn't mean that it isn't from that. It doesn't that it. Sorry. Just because they changed it doesn't mean that it didn't originate from what I told you where it comes from, which is Baal worship, Satan worship, sun worship. It's the same thing. This is This is what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing. Monstrate. Here. They always want to misspell it. Monastrate. Even if I misspell it, they will never correct it because they're devils. Wait. Fucking devils. Monstrate. This thing represents the sun. And then he puts the sun into the moon. This is the monstrance. I never remembered it. I can't remember this name. I don't know. It doesn't work. I can't. I always think of monstrate because I think of a monster. And then I could remember it better. Monstrance. I'll try and trance. As living in a trance. Right. Being a demon in a trance. Right. Like you taking LSD or something like that. But anyway. He dips that thing into the water. And then he puts it in there. Montrance. And with this, he uses magic upon people. He puts you under a spell. You think I'm just making it up because I just read the name trance? I'm not making it up. Isaiah chapter 47 verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. So since Esau became a nation, there was always into witchcraft. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied with the multitude of thy counsels. They have too much. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up, which is basically a bunch of witchcrafting. Person who foretells, but they do it in satanicism, human sacrifice and stuff. That's why they need a lot of babies. Stand up and save yourself from these things that shall come upon thee. He's not going to be able. You know, even in Revelation, let me see, what was it, 20? I think Revelation 20 or something. Or 18. Yeah, 18. Revelation 18:23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. Everybody's going to see that your light is tainted satanic light. That's why the Lord said the moon and the sun, that he's going to take them down from you. Isaiah 24 and 23. The moon shall be confounded, the moon of Esau, and the sun ashamed, the son of Esau, which is those same things that he worships here. The sun and the moon, which is Baal worship and Ra worship, is the same thing, right? So it says, your sun and your moon shall be confounded when Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously. That's what the Lord is going to do. And the Most High said of us that he shall be our moon and our sun. So we wouldn't need the wisdom of the world, which is nothing. Isaiah 60 and 19. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee by night. But Yahweh shall be unto thee an everlasting light. We're going to get our wisdom from him. Everlasting wisdom, not from the world. And thy glory, and Yahweh, and Yahweh thy glory. Because thy sun shall no more go down, meaning our wisdom shall no more fail, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. So is another play on this word. The moon is representative of light in the darkness, and therefore we will always have the light, even if you don't know about something. But we're definitely gonna know. For Yahweh shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. So we're not gonna sorrow anymore. Clearly we're not in that time right now, because I'm still not 100% happy as I would supposed to be, but I know why, so I'm not really worried about that. I mean, happy with doing stuff like this. Stuff like this, stuff like this. I can't do it. So I'm not happy. I'm supposed to be. No, not supposed to. I'm supposed to be like how I am now. How I want to be. Let's say that. That's better. That's better said. How I want to be. I would like to be. That would be fun. Splat. Right. So let me finish it up. So, yeah. So, Revelation 19:23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, which is happiness. That's America. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. They're a bunch of witches. This is witchcraft to the highest degree. They're so powerful. They're so powerful. They're so powerful they look like they're the good guys. 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing. It is no great thing, if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. So all the wicked deeds that they've been doing and be doing, don't worry, man, you gonna get yours. All we need to do is not follow after that little devil that you see over there. Let me speed this up, man. Now it says here, Joshua chapter 17 verse 12. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land also. Just like with the Benjamites, they couldn't kick them out. They couldn't beat them, so they put taxes on them. And the Judite, they also couldn't beat them, so they put taxes on them too, underneath King Solomon. Verse 13. Yet it came to pass, when the children of Israel were waxing strong, that they put the Canaanites to tribute. We made them pay taxes, but did not utterly drive them out. And the Lord didn't give us that strength to do so anyway. But He was testing us to see if we would want to do it. And we didn't. We didn't want to. You know. Just like today. I mean, don't you see our people always having a Edomite friend in his so-called gang, or any other nation in the midst of them? Is that not the truth? But when you go to their feasts and their weddings, you don't see us. You might see one token Negro standing in the back of the club trying to act like as if he's one of them, all happy and stuff, that he's actually invited to their wedding or their feast or their part, whatever they have, party, whatever they have, how you call that thing again, when you're having a baby shower or something like that. Yeah, they happy to go chill around them, scream their lungs out. Yeah, I'm happy, I've been invited. Oh my God, I can rub elbows with these people. Oh my goodness. Right. But our people, our people, they be, if you ain't find Edomites or Elam, whatever other nation, they don't want to come to your party. They call you racist. 14. And our people actually feel proud once they have heathen nations. It's crazy. But the heathen nation are ashamed of having you as friends. They ain't bringing you home to daddy and mommy, and the uncles and nephews and nieces and stuff like that. They rather just keep that thing solo. You know how many Jake men I know that have never met the father or the parents of the girl that they with? That girl ain't trying to bring you home, man. She already know. You have certain people that wait until the grandfather is dead, then they introduce that son unto their father. Oh, sorry, mother, because the father is dead. Yeah, man. What up with that? And you still want to be a part of that family? You a new booty fool, man. You a new school fool, a new jack fool. 14. And the children of Joseph spake unto Joshua, saying, Why hast thou given me but one lot and one portion to inherit, seeing I am a great people? For as much as Yahweh had blessed me hitherto, so until now. And Joshua answered them, If thou be a great people, then get thee up to the wood country, and cut down for thyself, there in the land of the parasites and of the giants, the land of the giants. Go there. If Mount Ephraim be too narrow for thee, that's one of the reasons why you have these people. They're bunnies. They're bunnies, man. These when they're bunnies, man. I'm telling you, they're bunnies. They're bunnies. Look at them. The next one to have it was actually Judah. But later on, Judah became a small one. A small portion of them actually. Small portion. Judah be the smallest. It was one of the it was one of the smaller ones. Benjamin was definitely the smallest, but it was one of the smaller ones. Judah, out of them. What was it again? Oh yeah, this one. Sorry. Yeah. Ephr was, if I'm correct, it was the wife of Caleb. If I'm correct, I'm not sure anymore. If I'm correct, it was the wife of because Caleb had that region over there. Here he had Hebron, and then one of the places he called Caleb Ephratah or something like that. Let me see something for just to be. Caleb, yeah, Bethlehem, yeah. Yeah, that was his wife, yes. But there was a city called after him and his wife. In Chronicles, if I'm correct. Yeah, it was in First Chronicles chapter 2, verse 50. Let me see something. No. Yeah, that thing is irritating, I know. So you had, let me see something. Yeah, the firstborn of her, and then here Caleb took unto him Ephrath, and then so he took unto him Ephrath, and which bare him Hur, and Hur begat Uri, and Uri begat Bezaleel, and afterward Hezron went into the daughter of Machir, the father of Gilead. Yeah, one of that Zeholiphat comes. You know, the man in with the no daughter, with the no sons, with only daughters. That's his forefather. But anyway, Hezron was, if I'm correct, a Judite. Anyway, so here, and after that Hezron was dead, in Caleb, Ephratah, right? Ephratah is his wife, but they named that place after him and his wife. You know, just like Jair, here Jair, the towns of Jair, it was called after his name. Right. In Bashan, because he was also from Manasseh. He took Geshur and Aram. And all those used to belong to his forefather, but he took it because we had wars with these people, so it went kind of back and forth. Because I told you that we lost here, Geshur and Aram. We lost this. Not this place, but we lost here. We always had war with, not always, but we had war with these people. But yeah, King David went and beat them up too. But he made children with one of these women here, which is Absalom, the son that was trying to kill him, who came from here, was actually Aram, Assyrian. If you didn't know what I mean, he was Assyrian. But anyway, going on, his mother was Assyrian, and then he ran to his mother's side, because they would keep him safe. And then Joab went there and talked to him and brought him back. No, he wanted to bring him back to his father, but he killed him there. He killed him. Because Joab is the nephew of King David. Nephew or cousin, one of those two. I think nephew, if I'm correct. It says it somewhere. And then he was angry at him, like, you think you can fight my king? I'll fucking kill you. Killed him. If I'm correct. Wait, Joab kills Absalom. So long. How do you spell that again? Let me see. Yeah, he took 3 thoughts. He killed him. Yeah, he killed him. Right. Joab killed him. Which was his it was his cousin. Joab is the nephew of David, King David. Joab was the son of Zeruiah, a sister of so he was his nephew, and so Joab killed his cousin because he hated him. He like, you want to touch my uncle? And fuck around and found out, and he killed him. David didn't really 100% like it, but then Joab got angry and said, "What? Look at what he did to you! He destroyed the whole kingdom, and you want to cry for him?" You know, I think that was the only time he raised his voice. But then, you know what? I'll get to that story later. You know, I'm jumping the stories right about now, because it's going later on. Lord willing, I'm gonna get to that story anyway. Heavenly Father willing, of course. But anyway, they had their images, and we killed them. But they was very powerful with that Satanism that they had. You can't fight these people. That's why nobody could take Pharaoh down, because he had the great Satan. He had that power. He had that power. He was doing a lot of kitty sacrifice and all that type of stuff. And the Hamites was doing the same thing too. Sorry, I mean the Canaanites. The Canaanites was doing the same thing too. Because don't think that we were so strong that we could beat them. We were strong in the Lord. I'll tell you that. Not that the Israelites are weak or something, but yeah, hey, if we sin and they have literally Satan, yeah, you're so full of sin, you can't fight against them because, well, what do you think? So you have stains of Satan on you, like marks of Satan. When he's looking at you, he's like, oh, this guy's one of mine. I'm gonna smack him around like the fool that he is. You think you can fight me? Just like when you go to do an exorcism. If you eat and you go do an exorcism, Matthew chapter 17 verse 21, howbeit this kind of the demon possession goeth not out but by prayer and fasting, because they couldn't get it out. Matthew 17 and 18 and Yahweh and 16, and I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart, and said, Why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit, plus basically, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. So they had food in their stomach also, along with the faith of theirs was not that big. So when you read about the disciples, a lot of people might want to get proud because the disciples didn't know a lot. They actually did know a lot. When you look at them, you'd be like, he didn't know. Well, now you know. And then therefore, we learn from them. So that's why I am continually learning, because I look at them and be like, oh, okay, got it. But don't think they're stupid. They just didn't know certain things, And yeah, don't think you have more faith than them, because hey, what you should believe is that, Lord willing, you have more faith than the ones that saw Yahushua in the flesh with their own eyes and still didn't believe him. Now that's funny. Okay, you can laugh. I'll laugh at that a little bit, not too much for the Lord judge me. But I'll giggle at it, not like a girl, not like a girl. But I'll laugh at it a little bit, because I'm thinking to myself like, man, you had demons on you. You had demons on you for not to believe that, But yeah, so Genesis 15 and 16. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. So the Amorites had to actually make their iniquities go up and up and up until it reached unto heaven. And then the Lord was like, you know what, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to raise up the children of Israel, and I'm going to make them walk 40 years extra in the wilderness. And after the 40 years in the wilderness, I'm going to make them come in the land, and I'm going to make them butcher you. Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 4. Speak not thou in thine heart after that Yahweh thy power had cast them. Who's the them? The children of the Anak, the children of Deuteronomy 7 and 1. The 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Right? Had cast them out from before thee, saying, For my righteousness Yahweh had brought me to possess this land. But for the wickedness of these nations Yahweh doth drive them out from before thee. Not for thy righteousness, or for the uprightness of thine heart, thus thou go to possess their land, but For the wickedness of these nations, Yahweh thy power doth drive them out from before thee, and that he may perform the word which Yahweh swear unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand thou therefore. So get it to you greasy stiff-necked head, you Israelites, us Israelites, that Yahweh thy power giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people. Remember and forget not how thou provokest Yahweh thy power to wrath in the wilderness. That's why he killed them all. He let them get old and die. From the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt, until ye came into this land, ye have been rebellious against the Lord. So, it's not because we're so great, it's because the Lord promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, So, yeah. That might discourage you from, man, we really ain't shit. Well, actually not. Because it says right here that, let me see. 2nd Ezra chapter 3 verse okay, I'm going, I can literally go up to verse 1 or something, but I'll straight go to the point. No, it says here, so Ezra, he was doing this. And so thou gavest thy city over into the hands of thine enemies, because they took us over. Are their deeds then any better than any better that inhabit Babylon, that they should therefore have the dominion over Zion? For when I came thither, right, he went to them, through them, and had seen impieties without number. They have no respect for deities, for the Heavenly Father, no reverence. Reverence means deep respect for someone or something, but in this case, deep respect for the Heavenly Father. They didn't have that, especially Nebuchadnezzar with his demonic ass. In the beginning, he was a cool cat, but then he started to get bold because, he was worshiping Satan, so he got that power from Satan. And he thought the Heavenly Father was a pushover. And he sure found out, didn't he? Without number. So they had disrespectful things against deities without number, and in this case, the Heavenly Father. Then my soul saw many evildoers in this 13th year, so that my heart failed me. For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning. You allow them, is what Ezra said. All that satanic, all the children that they're killing of their own, all the child sacrifices, you just let them. That's what he was saying, and he's right. But the Lord has his ways, But anyway, so it says here, Psalms 106 and 38, and shed innocent blood. The Israelites did that. Even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Who did that? The Israelites were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. So, whose work were we doing after? We was doing after the Canaanites. So what were they doing? They were killing their kids and sacrificing them unto Molech. That's what they were doing. And they was very, very successful and very powerful too. You couldn't just fight with them. It says it right here. Everybody on the planet Earth knew not to mess around with the sons of Anak. Everybody knew that. But we came and we butchered them. Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 2. A people great and tall, the children of the Anakims, whom thou knowest. Everybody knows about them. And of whom thou hast heard say, this was the saying that was going around about them, the rumors, which were true. Who can stand before the children of Anak? No one. No one can. They would stomp, they would flatten you, because they was big. And you can't fight them. You can't. Unless the Lord is with you. Or else you're just going to be another statistic under their foot. And they will stomp on you. They will step on you. Fee, fi, fo, fum. There goes another one that came before the sons of Anak. You're gonna die, boy. What you gonna do? Throw a spear? A toothpick? Yeah. For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers. And when we do it, we get punished for it. But that's good. It's good. I laugh at it because it's actually funny if you think about it. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 12. Now I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities that came upon us, and that will come upon us in the future, because it's also future prophecy. But that they judge those punishments not to be not to be for destruction, just like in the book of Baruch chapter 4. It explains it also, 4 verse 6 on down. But for a chastening of our nation. That's why we get punished. For it is a token of his great goodness, because the things that we suffer right now are nothing to be compared with the glory that we're going to get. I mean, we're gonna be able to fly, my man. That alone would make an Arab with trillions of dollars of oil money, continual money. Let me explain it again. I already did it. Do it again. This is oil money. You know what that means? Oil money, everybody in existence that has a car. Well, there are cars that run on other things, but let me just, finish the story. Every car that runs on oil needs oil, right? And therefore, they have the oil fountains, right? And therefore, they're going to get continual money every second of the day. Somebody needs oil, tanking at the oil station, gas station, and stuff like that. That's what I mean. Okay, here you have the gold barons, and you have the silver barons and gem barons and stuff like that. Yeah, nobody is, not every day or every 2-3 days, coming to buy oil. Sorry, gold. They're gonna buy gold maybe one time in a year, one time in a month, whatever. If you're a regular normal person, yeah, you will buy gold maybe once in a year. Yeah, maybe 2 times a year. Well, if you really want to be about it, you do it 3 times a year. And now you really feel good about yourself, right? But oil, you need that every day of your life. You really need it. Even if you ain't buying it every day, you need it every day. Because you're going to go to work, right? With your car, right? And if you take the bus, that bus needs the oil, but you pay a ticket for that bus. Therefore, that ticket money still goes to the oil. Eventually, you're still paying for the oil. Yeah, a certain percentage of that money is going to go to the oil, because they need it, to bring you around. Or you can take the train, which is gas and all that type. Electricity, sorry. It's another thing, But anyway, the point is that oil is a continual passive income that will, in this world, never stop. Once the world of Jacob comes, then the garbage is going to stop. But they have continual money. Okay. So I'll let you know that. The Arab would give all that up just for one blessing of the Israelites, which is flying. You think I'm making this up? Maybe not all of them, but a great chunk of them would just give this up in order, just for one blessing of ours. One blessing. Superpowers. Come on, man. Who wouldn't want that? And if you think that if you have superpowers on the earth, or if you can fly, that you will stay broke forever, my man, you can charge people for you to do an hour tricks, just an hour, and you can already make hundreds of thousands of dollars in an hour. It depends on who you're gonna do the show for. If you do the show for royalty, they'll pay you more than you ask. If you do it for the common folks, well, hundreds of thousands of people come together and put some money. That's a lot of money in your pocket, right? And then before you know it, you can buy a house like this. It's not that freaking unobtainable if you have those type of powers. That if you have one of the blessings of Jacob. So yeah, right. So they would give everything up just for one blessing. But anyway, Romans chapter 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time You dark nigga, you black, you hair, funky hair, nigger, blah, 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 are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So it says here, for this is a token of his great goodness, with the beautiful things to come therewith. So all this destruction, don't worry too much about it. It's irritating, yes. You want to get them back, yes. But we sinned, and therefore he's judging us. Oh, yeah. Right? But he still loves us. When wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished, eventually they're going to get theirs. For not as with other nations, whom Yahweh patiently forbeareth to punish. Pardon. Sorry. Till they become to the fullness of their sins. Just like the Amorites. It took them about 400 plus years for them to get judged. And they did. And they got smoked. So dealeth he with us, you know. Lest that being come to the height of sin, afterwards he should take vengeance of us. So he's just patiently waiting. And with us he judges us quick. But with the heathen nations, when he judges them, it's going to be great. And they're never going to recover from that. But we will. That's why if you look at the portion of the planet Earth that we got, right, when you see the blessings of these heathen nations, you see the locations that they had authority and power over and could just put up rules and tribute upon our people in our own land. You know, they had that. They had the Roman Empire, and then the final Roman Empire. They had power over all this. And then you look at our place, and then you'd be like, we were supposed to get here until Euphrates. We didn't even get that. Why? Because we kept on sinning, and the Lord tested us like that. Let me read that part again, in case you forgot. Judges chapter 2. Oh, no, not Jude. Judges chapter 2, 20. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he said, because that this people had transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out from before them. I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them the nation. What? From before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel, whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it or not. Therefore he left those nations, the Lord left those nations, without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hand of Joshua. So, going on, verse 16, and therefore he never withdrew his mercy from us. And though he punished with adversity, a lot of pain, yet doth he never forsake his people. But let this book that we're reading, when you read all these things, you be, oh man, we really did this in. But let this that we had spoken before, let me read it again. But let this that we had spoken be for a warning unto us. And now will we come to the declaring of the matter in a few words. So basically, let this book be a warning on how not to be. It's a short hard lesson, I'll tell you that thing. And some of our people can't stand it so much, man. They want to just break away from the bands of pain that they just basically call themselves white. You know, they're running. The pain is so great. The majority, it's bullshit. They just intermingled, and then let's say the half of them, right, were actually their babies, and the other half not. Well, if the other half still make children with them, they're gonna go back into being children of Israelites. So, is it true that Dominicans see themselves as white? Yeah, but not all of them. But you have them. You do have them, because they hate themselves, my man. You know, Because it says here, most likely you got that because people claim that all or most Dominicans are black and too simply minded. If you're not black, whatever. Why do Dominicans deny that they're black? It's just, they rather be coolies, they rather be Native Americans, they rather be so-called Molito and stuff like that, because they don't like it. They don't like it. You know, the fucking Cape Verdean have the same thing too, you know? They have the same thing too. Fuck them too. But anyway, I could laugh because they're in pain and I know why. I can laugh about that because I understand why you're in pain. Cape Verdean. How you spell that? Right, they want to claim that they're so-called Caucasus people from the Portuguese and stuff like that. They want that. They don't like it. They want to rather claim the rapist side of their family. Shocking what Cape Verdean women think of black men. We found it's just like in the Dominican Republic, if they want to call you a nigger, they say, "Ah, you a Haitian, you a Haitian, you a Haitian." That's already this. They would fight one another if they would call each other Haitian. They would fight. They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. You're gonna punch in their mouth. Gonna punch you in their big fat lips, your nigger lips. Right. Yeah, you want me to love these people? You fuck out of here. Not all of them do that, by the way. So yeah, don't really think like that. I'm just giving you like in America. I mean, like you have house Negroes, right? Until this day, what you got? Jesse Lee Peterson. You got this guy. This guy denies racism doesn't exist. Racism does not. I'm not even bothering myself with this guy. You know. I'm not bothering myself. Why racism doesn't exist? Why racism doesn't exist? Racism doesn't exist and never existed. You just leave this guy. Even caucus people looking at him like, what the fuck is he talking about? As a black person, I respect that. You respect that, man? You an idiot. Whatever. And just leave peace and give the horrible dating advice. You see, Chase White. That you know that Uncle Ruckus is based on a real man, right? A real person. It ain't no fakeness, man. That thing has been existing in the time of the Maccabees, man. So, yeah, the more you know about the scriptures, the funnier these people become in my head at least. Don't think I'm not mad, man. I just don't have the power. I can't do them anything. But if I could, what's his name again? Rocha? What's his name again? Roach? Yeah, Rocha. Yeah. If I had the power, you'd be a stain. You'd be a beautiful stain on the planet Earth in the snow. Well, I'll just bring you to the snow and just leave you there. Hope you get white. Keep on thinking you get white, and if you're a so-called white skin, a light skin, no, white skin Israelite, I'll bring you to the desert and leave you there. I'll just do shit to you, you know. But I don't have the power, so I just laugh. Keep on laughing, right? Right. So when you read this book and you see all the atrocities done upon our people, the adversities, and yeah, you understand, man. You know why they're running away from so-called not trying to be black. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at them, you be like, yeah, I know why you're doing it. But then again, hey, you do you, right? So going on, 2nd Ezra chapter 2 verse 30. For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers, and hast destroyed thy people. and has preserved thine enemies, and has not sanctified it. Right. He did this. He did to destroy us, and he preserves them, because it's like, hey, because even King David said that Psalm 17 and 14, for men which are thy 13, arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So he's here to whip us. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. That's why they have the beauty of the world. You see those houses that I just showed you? That's why they have those things. And our people, this is what they have. But we're the people of the Lord. Look at this. Doesn't it look comfortable? It doesn't. Racial bias cost. Homes in black neighborhoods worth half as much. You know? Messed up neighborhoods, you don't want to live there. How homes in black neighborhoods are devalued in California. Right. Even the price of the place goes down when you live there. That's how much they hate you. You know? There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood, honey. Let's move. Right. So yeah, so that's what's up in this world. And yeah, that's the Lord's doing, because of everywhere that we go, we will be a curse, because the curse is poured out upon us. But we are not the cursed people. But the people that are very satanic, doing all that Jeffrey Epstein type things, don't think them Arabs is not doing that, because they're doing that. Why don't you type in this here? Why don't you type in this here? Well, these are not Arabs, but they're in the Islam thing. Why don't you Google a little bit about this? I'm not going to show you stuff. Bakabasi is a practice in which men buy and keep adolescents boys for entertainment, and woo! That's what they're doing. But they're not talking about this though. What happens to the Bakabasi boys? You don't want to know, boy. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Yeah, if they catch them. But they're dancing all over the place. Click images. This thing ain't fucking... look at this shit. You got them Arab dudes with them guns and shit like that, you know? If you speak bad about Islam, they'll probably shoot and decapitate you. But they're fucking all little boys, though. You know? They're whipping them. They're doing stuff. They're whipping women, right? But they ain't whipping the little boys. Anyway, Taliban, whatever, man, whatever. They're fucking all little boys, though. I'll tell you, there's some Jeffrey Epstein dudes over there. In India, it's like... $30 million. There's about more than 30 million orphans there. Not infants, sorry. Orphans. That are just roaming the street doing literally nothing. Until they get picked up. By you know who. You know what. You know. This caucus female, her buddy is Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton came and took her out of jail in a few, man, as fast as, man, I couldn't even finish cleaning my freaking nails, and the bitch was out of jail again. Fuck. Caught child trap. And this is not the first time. The first time she didn't go to jail. It was the second time she was caught. And you know what the funny thing is? These children weren't even orphans. They had their parents waiting for them, thinking that their children just went on a field trip with the caucus female, with the Edomite female. Right? And now, you know what she is now? She is now the head of the Amber Alert. Why does an individual who has been arrested for child trafficking work for a company that issues Amber Alerts? Why do you think? What kind of stupid question is that? Yeah, and she is the head of that here. Amber Alert, Alert Sense. Why Alert Sense? Because you have females like this working for them. That's why. So when it's when it's the common people, they're gonna come and arrest you. But when it's the elites, they will make sure that the Amber Alert will not will not alarm the po, so that they can just get away scot-free, and then the rest is, we just made a miscalculation, it's computerized, and computers make mistakes, not people. Or people make mistakes in the computers. One of those two. It must be one of those two. One of us made a mistake. I don't know. Well, what you gonna do about it? 9/11, right? 9/11 was an inside job. So what you gonna do about it? Who you gonna arrest? Me? I own the police, man. What you gonna do about it? You think these caucus people coming up in the lands and stuff like that, giving food to the children, you think that's a great thing? You must not know these people as how I do. As you must not know these people as how I do. And I don't even know them that good. The Heavenly Father knows them better. The ones that are telling on them know them even better too than me. For example, they make it their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Where do you think I get this information from? It's other caucus people that be snitching on them. They make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Or else I would have never learned about this story. Have you heard about this story? I haven't heard about this story until I was just rolling around on the internet looking for stuff, and I saw this devil pop up. I was like, what the fuck? 2010, Haitian judge dismisses kidnap. Yeah, because Hillary Clinton. Let me read it. Let me read it. Haitian judge dismisses kidnapping and trafficking charges against 10 American missionaries who tried to take 32 children out of the country after January 12th. And you know where they were bringing them? Dominican Republic. You know they would get a pass over there because they fucking hate Haitians anyway. You know they would get a pass over there. And you know what the funny thing is? This was their return trip, meaning they already had children already posted in Dominican Republic, but they came back for more, and then they was going to bring them back again. Then they got caught. Anyway, later and them Dominicans saying same fucking shit, bro. They ain't saying nothing. Later revealed by leak of Hillary Clinton's emails that the missionary leader Laura Silsby, now Laura Gaylor, connections to the Clintons help get dismissal. Help get the dismissal. Right. So now you know why she's free. Now you know why she's free. Clinty boys, the Clinton boys. So all these type of things they're doing these things, but the Lord he ain't doing them nothing. Basically, that is what Ezra saw when he was amongst the Babylonians. Because I just showed you that the Hamites were doing the same thing too. The Hamites was doing it in the book of Psalms 106. Somewhere, I put it somewhere here. Maybe I clicked it away already. But yeah, the Hamites was doing gruesome things, but the Lord was just leaving them. It was when our people started doing it, they started dying. Faster than the Hamites. The Lord didn't wait no 400 years to punish us. He killed us right then and there. Which is a good thing. Verse 31. I do not remember how, 2 Ezra 2 and 31, I do not remember how this way may be left. And are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee beside Israel? Or what generation had so believed thy covenants as Jacob? And yet their reward appeareth not. Yeah, because look at our houses. This is how we live. Let me see. Black neighbors. In here, this is in America. Okay, England.